All right. Ooh, yeah. So, a little hiatus action for us here over at, hey, Tiara.
Hey.
How are you now?
Oh, not so bad.
Oh.
Jesus.
Good, and you?
Go over. We need to start over.
Beautiful. I love that you have that now. That's fantastic. Yeah, no, the problem is, baby,
Yes.
I just got really high.
And that's different from any other day ending in Y and how?
Well, usually I put some time in between actually being, on the thing, but I didn't do that today.
So, anyway, welcome back to everybody out there for this little hiatus break where we're going to talk about a few things. Letterkenny, seasons 10 and 11, as well as the new Shoresy spinoff. But before we get started, I would like to introduce our guests. Awesome, Renee and Al. Awesome, Renee and Al. How are you now?
Good, and you?
Good, and you? Oh, good, and you?
I like the way that came in stacked.
Good and you, good and you, good and you. Man. So it's excellent having y'all here.
Or would you say it's awesome having us here?
No, it's me. Awesome. It's just, it's awesome that I'm having awesome here.
I'm an awesome time.
Happy end of Pride now. It's now that it's July 1st, which happens to be Canada Day. What happens to be Jared Kiso's birthday. Al's got his Canada shirt on. Very nice, very nice. Before we go too far into this, I would like to acknowledge that every single day it seems like they are finding graves of Indigenous children in residential schools all across Canada. And I've been very vocal at saying that every single residential school probably has graves in the U.S. and in Canada. More were found today. I don't know what the total number. The number as of yesterday was 1,505, but I think another 200 were found today near Kamloops. So
that is correct. There are 180 or so.
Yeah.
It's a subdued Canada Day for sure at my house. I mean, we're not in celebrating mood, but at the same time, we are thankful for where we are.
Yeah.
And so I think it's okay to be both, right? And there's a lot of reckoning happening up here right now, and there should be, and it's going to continue. And really, talking about reparations, I don't think we can really we can't talk about that until every one of those schools are dug up, and we know what the final scope of this atrocity is. Only then can we start talking about what reparations could be. So, yeah. Unfortunately, it seems like every day they find they find more graves at every school, and there's a couple of hundred in Canada alone. I don't know how many there are in the U.S., but so that
residential schools.
Yeah.
That
just keep on climbing. So,
and it's not just residential schools for natives. They're schools for let's say freed Black children who didn't have people who could take care of them, orphanages all over the world. Anything run by the Catholics pretty much probably has a graveyard that we know nothing about, especially,
I have to say, I am not at all surprised. This is like fucking 2014 and the Tuam babies being discovered all over again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
and
for years.
I think the final report in Ireland is well over 9,000.
So if there's 9,000 just in Ireland.
Yeah.
But anyway.
I think, sorry, not to put it downer on to beginning of the show, but.
Well, that's what I did. I did it, but I wanted to acknowledge that is happening.
Yeah. Acknowledge that. And the fact that it shouldn't have been a surprise, and we should have known. I mean, we were being told this all like forever. So what happens is here and there, when you dehumanize an entire population of people, and then you hear these stories from them, you don't give it any credence. Now now the stories are coming out, and now people are acting shocked about something that we've been told about forever. We've been told about this for a long time. We're not being taught it enough in schools, but in the news, I know some of you are familiar with the Tragically Hip, great Canadian band, and their lead singer who died a few years ago. He was very vocal about natives and their plight up here, and was spreading the word, but only now are we starting to actually like realize, oh shit, this happened, and yeah, it's sad that it took this discovery, but yeah.
I know I don't remember where I learned first about all of that, but I know that there was some legislation at some point where people actually did try to get your Congress to pay to find out how many bodies were buried, and they wouldn't give them money for it. So,
well, I think, and I'm not sure why this is all springing up now, but what I'm seeing, at least the site that they found in Saskatchewan, it was a university that sent ground penetrating radar over. So I feel like no one's waiting. They're not waiting for government
anymore. Yeah.
Anymore. They're just going out and doing it, and
that's good.
So yeah, I think it's good.
Yeah.
Someone's taking action.
Finally.
Finally.
Yeah. And having all of us having been fans of Letterkenny, we've seen a lot of the things that Kaniatio has spoken about as far as the things that are going on with the indigenous population and up there, and including talking about that stuff on her own podcast with her mom. So.
And she's got a new one called Twisted Stories through CBC, which is really good. I've been listening to it. Twisted Stories or Twisted History. Sorry,
I'm definitely into that.
It's really cool. She hosts it, and it's just people, indigenous people telling their stories, and it's not all about residential schools, but it's, again, we need to undo all the dehumanization that's been happening, and we need to start, because excuse me, there's still residences where they don't have clean drinking water yet, and I mean that's unacceptable. And again, easy to ignore when we're not looking at them as human beings, and we need to stop doing that.
Yeah, a whole lot of that became apparent to Americans with like the pipeline protests and like the water protectors. That's what I was trying to think of. And when COVID broke out and the Navajo Nation wasn't getting any supplies and they had one of the highest rates in the US. And, it for me, again, unfortunately, because I am too well aware of the way that government works, I knew it was going to end up being something like that. And it was terrifying watching how many people were shocked by it. So I can't imagine, like, it's shocking to me that people are shocked by the residential schools in Canada. I'm an American. I know about it. Granted, half my family's in Canada, but like, I didn't go to school there. I didn't, really technically grow up there. I just spent a whole lot of time there. So anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And these are things that we've talked about for some time on this podcast, as well as, on our social media. So yeah, we're all about the fight. So, if any news, please let us know. We're happy to, happy is not the right word, of course, but,
share the knowledge of it.
We're more than ready to do that.
I'm going to excuse my reservation and commenting on this matter. I don't know enough, so that's why I'm letting you guys take the reins. And I'm learning as you guys are teaching right now. So thank you for educating me.
And we can all learn. We can all afford to learn more.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you don't already follow Ganyatio's Twitter account, she's been posting resources and commentary all day. So. Her Twitter's been fired today.
And just so you know the kind of scope of how it's hitting up here, right now, every single Canadian radio station today is it's called a day of listening. Was it today or yesterday? Maybe it was yesterday. A day of listening, and between the song, regardless of format, they're playing stories. They're airing stories of indigenous people. Every single, regardless of company, regardless of format, heavy metal stations, dance, whatever. I mean, I don't even, they probably don't exist anymore up here, but are playing these stories in between songs and telling the stories of Native Canadians.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I don't see that happening in the US when all of the atrocities, we like to ignore them. We like to pretend that they're not really there.
I feel like we haven't had a unity like that in America since 9/11.
Agreed.
I really felt like that was like the one thing that brought this whole country together. And then after a couple of years later, then everybody kind of forgot about being like a brotherhood or a family. Now we're all we went back to hating each other for the dumbest reasons.
Yep.
Yeah.
But how are you now?
Yeah. Can't we just all hate the degens from upcountry?
Fucking degens from fucking upcountry, man.
So let's so as I said, what we're going to talk about today, aside from everything that's going on around today, but as far as Letterkenny's concerned, seasons 10 and 11 have finished filming. There are a total of 14 episodes, which has been reported. Also, Jared and Jacob have started development on the Letterkenny spinoff Shoresy. I don't know how far they are along with that, but I know that there are some in the crew that I follow on Twitter that have already marked it that they are involved. So real quick, just so we can kind of get up to where we are current day, recap of season 9 briefly. So we start off the season with the entire crew of coming from Letterkenny down to, hand Dirks' ass. And then ending up at an American Buckendo after beating Dirk's friends up as well. Then the next episode, the Hicks and Skids decide to teach the youths of Letterkenny not to be little shitheads.
Before I forget, is there a Canadian word for a diner, or is there you guys just call them diners?
Oh, we got diners, yeah.
Just diner. That's curious.
So, then Katie hitting the ground running, going scorched earth on the dating scene in Letterkenny. Riley and Jonesy getting their lessons in Judaism. And everyone getting to have a sleepover and talk about who they like.
Breast the ASMR episode, right?
Exactly.
That really was. Oh shit! I didn't think about that. That's great. I didn't think about that. It's so good.
Well, they love these concept episodes.
Oh, so very much.
Yeah.
So then a new restaurant opens in town, and only to be taken down by Gail and maybe Bonnie McMurray had a little hand in that. And then finally, Tanis starts her own energy drink, Indian NRG, which appears to conflict with Bro Dude. Dirks shows up to be the next Bro Dude image. Anik is now dating Dirks, and Bro Dude stripping the title away from the Carey County Eagles because Shoresy screwed up the DNA tests. Oh, and Marie Fred is back. So that's where we left off.
No, nothing at all. And we all know that was filmed pre-pandemic, and they had totally expected to pick right back up and finish the another season, and so it kind of ended in a way that they probably did not intend.
But yeah, because that season ended in the winter. Yeah, and there was snow out. Yeah. Can
I say the way that season ended made me hate it so much that I blanked it out.
You're not the only one.
Literally, I forgot about Anik taking over the fucking Bro Dude shit. Like, I literally blacked out those last 3.5 episodes. Fuck. Yeah. And also because I knew for a fact that we weren't getting anything else for another year or two. So I was just like,
yeah, I'm hoping that they ended it just in the last week, basically. I'm sure there's still editing and post-production stuff that has to happen. I think it's feasible based off of prior seasons that this could be out by October. What thoughts?
Yeah, usually it's like September, right, or October.
Yeah, because
traditionally it was one release on Canada Day and another release on Christmas.
Right.
But last year, well, not last year, but 2019, they postponed the Canada Day release because they were going on a huge tour. Mm-hmm. And then obviously 2020 happened and that was a wash.
Right. So the last two that they put out together came at was an October-December release, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So
that's right. Awesome would know.
Yeah.
So once again, things I don't know about, I'm going to back up and just.
Awesome literally writes the Wikipedia. I swear.
Awesome got the reins on that one.
I may have edited that.
By the way, for those who don't know, Awesome is the high council presidente extraordinaire of the Letterkenny subreddit.
My proper title is Skellington Overlord and Generalissima for life.
Sure.
All right then. I like it.
Every day you learn something new.
So where we ended off with 9 plants the thought that, number one, that there's going to be some discussion that has to happen between Wayne and Marie Fred, just based off the way he walked out there and with, elbows akimbo, like he does.
Yeah, he walked out there like he was looking for a fight.
Yeah, and I'm kind of wondering because he's never going to fight a woman.
No,
that's not going to happen. So he went out there expecting something. So do you think he went out there expecting Marie Fred's sweetie to be out there or something, or?
I don't recall what happened when they break up. I'm not spoiling anything here, I don't think. I mean, our podcast is just starting season 7, so I'm supposed to not know what happened.
Got it.
But
I love your keeping kayfabe. Nice.
and I don't remember when they break up what happens, but could it just be that he actually called her to bring the ring back because he wants to give it to Rosie?
It definitely could be.
Could be.
But I don't see that in Wayne personally.
Yeah, I feel like Wayne would be the kind of guy that'd be like, tell her to keep it, like as a memory, or
he had to get Katie to co-sign it. I mean, it was that's a lot of money, right? Like they had to go to the bank together to get the money.
I'm
for this
still
ring.
on my that's a safety deposit box withdrawal train. So
that it was a family heirloom.
Yeah.
Even worse, right? If it's a family heirloom, he wants that shit back so he can give it to the right girl, not let her keep it. So either way, I mean, I'm hoping that that's it. Like, there's no other good reason that would follow with Wayne's character. That was any other reason, right? It wouldn't be because she's back and she wants him back and he'll take her back. No. That's not going to happen.
I want to quash a rumor right now. Marie Fred is not fucking pregnant. She's not.
Yeah, no.
This was brought up repeatedly on the subreddit, and I'm like, none of you degens can count. Right?
Right.
Like, it's just basic maths. Like, they broke up in the winter, and then they went all summer, and she came back, and she was not knocked up when she knocked on his door.
Right.
And she was visibly not pregnant, and she would have been visibly pregnant at that point in the series. And then we have series 9, which is also in the winter, so that's a whole year.
Yeah,
she's not pregnant and she did not have his baby. Please stop saying that.
Remind me, Awesome, when she came to the door before, what was that one about?
She came to the door to tell Wayne that Dirks was stepping out on Katie Cat.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Could this be, because I remember when we talked about the season finale, I think that was something that I brought up. Could it be something similar because Dirks has shown up again? Like, I mean...
So you think she's trying to warn Nick that he's philandering?
No, it was more...
Is this what we're doing right now?
Yeah, this is what we're doing, baby.
Yeah, I mean, just where you expect... Yeah, I think it's kind of where we expect what has happened from season 9 to flow into 10 and 11.
Yeah.
And I have because also they've filmed 14 episodes, which means each one of these has a quote unquote holiday episode. So what I'd also
fingers are crossed. I love those.
Assuming that's
Give
the
me
case,
pride.
I also want
Give me fucking pride.
New Year's Eve pride.
Yeah. So what? Yeah, I'm kind of curious what you think might be the holidays.
Or they could have just extended the seasons by an episode too, right?
I was gonna say I always need one holiday and I need one Dick's episode. Fucking Mennonites.
Yeah.
I need my Nappers episode.
Yeah. Because 7 and 8 don't have holiday episodes, right?
They do not. They quote unquote ran out of holidays, so they just incorporated their 7th episode into the regular series.
Yeah. So that's probably what they're going to continue to do.
We could be doing Groundhog Day. We could be doing Boxing Day.
There are so many holidays.
I would love
Arbor Day.
Learning about other cultures' holidays, like I don't know, maybe the natives.
Wanza.
Give me a fucking Purim episode.
Oh yeah.
Like I want to see the Letterkenny crew rock up on a Purim spiel. That would
Come
be
on,
fucking
imagine
hilarious.
a Letterkenny Dia de los Muertos episode.
April Fools would be a good one. I think they could have fun with that.
Oh
I would
yeah,
like
I
to
could
see-
see that pranks.
I could see them doing that. I don't want to see it, but I don't like pranks personally. But
Well,
No,
I could
would
see.
like to see a New Year's Eve episode, and since we've had Gary and Wayne's birthday, I would like to see Katie's birthday.
oh yeah,
If Easter was kind of Derry's, holiday, and Christmas is obviously Wayne's, if they did it April Fool's, which character would take that one and be like, oh, this is my holiday.
McMurray.
I love this thought.
Literally, yeah.
Stuart.
Yep.
Stuart,
said
maybe I
Stuart.
can see Stuart.
Stuart
I
and
would
rolled.
actually honestly see Squirrely Dan doing it because no one would suspect
Well,
it.
he got St. Perfect's Day.
Yeah, he got St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so
true. That's true. Well, then maybe Katie. Maybe she's like the prank meister.
you know what? Or
Well,
it could
she
be
had-
Riley Jonesy, both of them.
Oh, that'd be
They're
hilarious.
fucking idiots.
Oh
those
God,
two
yeah, I
idiots
could
kind of
totally.
I
do that.
say-
and just failing.
Oh yeah. Well, no. What it would be is that they would fail at every step, yet still pull off the prank every time, regardless of how hard they fucked it up.
That is exactly how that would go. There's no other way that could go. And I would
'Cause
watch every second of it. I'd be riveted.
Yeah, that would be fun.
But, hey, I heard Katie's at this bar. Should we go?
Do you want to go or?
I'm surprised we're not already there.
God bless you for bringing that one home.
I don't know why we're not having a Katie right now. If that's your forte.
She's my forte.
Hey now.
Not my forte.
Not my forte.
Why don't you take about their 20% down there? They're awesome.
I mean, I'm basically
No.
a clone of Wayne, but with tits, so I don't think you'd have a problem with
Really?
Jesus Christ, Dean. Is this what we've turned into? Is this what we become? What have we become? My sweetest
We've
friend.
gone commercial.
I'm not Swedish.
We've gone morning zoo here, people.
Hello.
Hey-oh, hey-oh.
This is Dean and the Beaver. Hello.
Hey,
Dean
I'm
and
just gonna
Beaver in
check
the
my
morning.
Facebook while y'all are doing.
remember back to season 8?
Jesus.
Oh wow!
That's right. Dean and Beaver brought to you by forhims.com. Forhims.com. Keeping you rock hard all morning. That's right. With Dean and the Beaver.
And Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0.
Now with an LED landing strip lighting pad. That's right.
I love that. That's actually a real thing.
I'm just gonna have LEDs. I'm just gonna have LEDs installed.
I mean,
Guys stuff LEDs. Waterproof.
guy stuff.
Trim.
Truck nuts.
Oh, wow.
Give your sack a tug.
We've gotten so
Speaking
far
of
off track.
Facebook, I just saw truck nuts for Crocs recently.
No,
Yeah.
that is
that's a
not
thing.
okay.
That's a
Now,
thing.
see that I could see that being a cold open, where they're all talking about people having truck nuts on their vehicles.
Bam, 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 bam.
Yeah, I could see Wayne saying something like, why don't you have truck nuts on your truck, Wayne? Because my truck's a woman. It's not a man. Or something like that.
My
Or
truck is
maybe-
a lady. It's a GMC
Yeah, lady.
Sierra.
Her name
I
is
feel like he, instead of being like that, I feel like Wayne would be, why do I need to show that off? Everybody knows that I'm the toughest guy in Larry County. Like, I don't need to pretend to have,
He-
you know.
Yeah,
He
those
could just-
jeans of his are tight enough that he's showing off
Right.
already.
he could just mount the testicles of everybody he's beaten
Pretty
on the
much.
back of his truck.
Pretty much.
I don't know how many years we've been doing this now, but like, it still fascinates me that I still see the same comment popping up over and over again, asking, "How come Wayne's pants never fall down?"
Because they're painted on. Like, have you seen them? Fuck me.
There's like 8,000 seasons of this fucking show. Figure it out, bud.
Christ. Especially like
Wayne, why
sometimes
don't you have a belt?
sometime around series 6 to in between series 6 and 8, that dude got an arse upgrade. Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah. He
like upped
started.
his
He
squats quotient or something.
Someone started doing
he understood
squats.
that the naked Shoresy scenes were a hit. So it's like, I gotta make sure that people are all about that. Yeah.
Because
Stop
we haven't
keeping
seen
Well, that's why
the
they're doing the
Shoresy-
whole show.
Yeah, right.
It's gonna be all naked Kiso.
Kiso
Do we
said,
even
I
know
want
is
to get
like-
paid for playing hockey.
Is Kiso like bedded up? Is he got like a lady friend or
Kiso's
no,
married.
He's married.
male? That's what I figured. I'm like, that dude seems like the guy who would like have like 3 kids, a ranch.
The settled down
know,
kind
like-
of, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
a settled down
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of fella from all ports.
Yeah.
But
He's like that quiet hilarious, like that dude is like unassuming. You're just like, this dude's funny as shit. And you only ever see him once every like 4 months.
yeah, the sneaky kind of hilarious.
Fucking great. But we are blessed to have him. Hey,
Yeah,
Very
Kevin
much.
Love you,
is
Jared.
And happy
for-
birthday.
Yeah. If you were gonna buy Jared Kiso a birthday present, what would it be?
ooh.
Ooh.
Well, I know what Awesome's present to Jared would be. It would be one of those coupon books.
No,
For
Dean
a-
said
a back
buy,
rub
not
and-
homemade.
and,
A free front rub.
Up front.
Literally, I
yeah, that's
I
right.
straight
I'd
up
buy
go
you
to,
a
like-
strap and a harness.
Free
go to
free
straight up
pegging.
dick shit. I'm thinking like a tractor or something like that. Or,
You're
like
you're like trying to play it safe, and everyone else is like sex,
no,
which is
yeah.
awesome because you are higher than I am.
Wait, me? No,
Yeah, no, never,
Never.
joint boy.
no.
He is joints boy.
I don't have another show to do after this at all.
And that's
So,
not even
and-
really Dan pluralization.
And by the way, major condolences to you, Renee.
Oh, yeah.
You've been with us and having Portia on the show at the same time. We love you. Rest in peace, Portia. You were good. You were a good pupper. So
Thank you, man.
Slancha,
I really
to your
appreciate
health.
that. Yeah, that was one of the hardest days of my life, and I was really glad that you guys got to see her,
yeah,
hear her bark multiple times.
Yeah.
That dog saved my life. A lot of people use the expression "a service dog" very loosely, but this dog, I got her right when my New Yorker just came out.
dog.
This fucking
Better
dog.
get this fucking
drank all
dog
the
over here.
water. She had all the water. She had the best fucking water. I'm telling you, this fucking dog lived the best fucking life. She's a fucking princess. No, honestly, she was one of the greatest things that ever happened in my life, and I really appreciate the fact that you guys got to meet her. And thank you. She was a fucking badass bitch.
Oh, yeah.
May she rest in peace. I had to put her out of her misery. She got diagnosed with heart disease about a year and a half ago, and I just kept watching her quality of life deteriorate,
Yeah.
and I couldn't let her keep suffering.
Yeah.
So had to do what I had to do.
No, yeah.
Again, thanks.
Yeah.
You made the right decision.
Yeah.
It's the hardest fucking decision that anybody who's ever loved a pet has ever had to do, but it is absolutely the right decision because like I'm dreading the day when I have to make that decision again. But they tell you.
Colorado is very macho as far as the people I hang out with. It's a lot of older guys, and they all were like, something, son. Oh, they all have that Wilford Brimley fucking voice. Oh, I'll tell you something, son.
Diabetes.
If you ever want to watch a grown man cry, watch him have to put his dog down. Yeah, and I'm like, fucking A right, man.
Yeah.
It's
fucking hell.
It's heartbreaking. I'm knowing the age of Gus, and I can just imagine when that happens. There's going to be at the beginning of the episode. You know that there's going to be that big in memoriam of Gus. So
oh my, the day that dog shuffles off this mortal coil, I will be sad personally. He is the handsomest dog I've ever seen. I want to marry that dog. No, I'm gonna be wrecked.
So to steer it in a positive way. Oh shit! Someone's got the puppers.
Show it off.
I had one fucking 4-pack or 6-pack when I went to Michigan. I didn't bring any back. I'm so jealous. But on my one positive note, to end it on a positive note, I'm going to Lake Tahoe next month with the girlfriend.
Ooh.
And when I come back, I plan on going puppy shopping.
Yay,
So
puppy shopping.
Portia was a rescue, and maybe I'll look into rescues as well, because that's what happened last time when I went looking for Portia, or for a dog period. I just, my girlfriend at that time was like, why don't we check out the shelters? And Portia just happened to be the fucking perfect dog, and I couldn't have been blessed better.
So
I want the experience of having a puppy.
Yeah.
From the start.
It's a lot.
I bet. But I work independently, so I've got the time. I can manage it. I can work it out and see.
So,
but again, Tiara, Dean, thank you for bringing it up.
Yeah.
I just want to say, Jews don't say rest in peace. We say, may their memory be a blessing. And it sounds like her memory is definitely a blessing for you.
100%. Thank you. Awesome.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. We can't love our pups enough. So
that was a tough day, and that was great.
So, Dean, going back to your original question, that's what I would get Kiso for his birthday is a 3-legged dog.
Oh,
three-legged dog.
Good answer.
A very good answer.
The only thing that what else do you give a guy who's probably got everything he wants?
You son of a bitch.
No, before we got off track,
that's how Tannis did it.
Good, perfect answer. He's like letting hear me bleed my heart out and thinking about the perfect answer this whole time.
So perfect.
Oh, I know.
By the way, I don't know if you knew this, but our intro song for the the show is by a local band called Hard Money Saints, and it's called 3-Legged Dog.
Oh,
yeah, that's why we picked that one.
Serendipity.
And then our outro song is Old Gray Dog.
Yeah.
So dog themes very much a thing here at How Are You Now?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Good, and you?
Along with the holes in my body.
So season 10. Season 10. So the cutover, I mean, what are you thinking that's going to be? Is it going to be?
We know there's going to be something with Indian energy.
Yeah.
So something having to do with hockey players, maybe probably having to regain the title or something like that. So that'll probably be a through line.
Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking that part of what they're going to have to address, is what the whole Marie Fred thing. I mean,
yes,
what was that?
Do you think they're going to start off the first episode going right into the story? Because I feel like they might do they've done in the past, where the first episode's just kind of like a throwaway random episode.
Yeah, they don't usually pick up where the cliffhanger
Well,
comes
except
off.
for the last two series, except for series 8 and 9, continued on immediately.
Right.
After the cliffhanger from the previous series.
Right.
There could be another idea there for the storyline for Marie Fred coming back. Maybe she's in trouble, and the only person she could think of that would help her would be Wayne, and that would kind of explain
That
his
makes
kind of
sense.
his demeanor when he comes out
Yeah.
first out. Like, especially, I don't remember. You say she wasn't with anybody when he comes out.
No,
Yeah.
she was just
Yeah,
walking through the car park in her big old duffel coat, and he just charges out there like he's ready
Well,
to
Yeah,
fight
so
something.
she could have called
Well,
him
her
or texted him and say I'm in trouble or something, and
Yeah.
Wayne being Wayne, maybe would come out to try to help
Yeah,
her.
but why?
Because
wouldn't he
her
tell
car, her
Katie and
truck is
Rosie?
parked right in the middle of the parking lot. So like
Yeah.
it's like she's gotten out. She's like she pulls up and is not even really parked her truck. She just gets out.
Mhm.
At least that's how it looked to me.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, we don't see her pulling up, so I don't know if any of those cars are hers or because there's a lot of people at Modine's.
Hmm.
yeah.
But what possible kind of trouble could she be in that only Wayne could solve, that her brother and her cousin couldn't solve, that her uncle couldn't solve?
Maybe
Good
she
question.
knows, she knows something. I mean, she knows people who know Dirks, obviously, and
Mhm.
maybe she knows a way to try and bring him down because she knows that it's bad news that he's, doing this thing. I don't know. Maybe she's trying to redeem herself, and so she's coming to help.
Well,
And
Or she's
he
worried.
doesn't.
That's what I felt
Yeah.
like. She was trying to redeem
well,
herself.
and
She's worried about a Nick, maybe.
That's what I
with being
thought
with-
when she came to Wayne in series 8 was she was snitching on Dirks and making her a hypocrite of herself just to get
Oh,
back
yeah.
in Wayne's good books, even though that was never gonna fucking happen. So I mean, I guess it is entirely possible she's trying to take another run at him by like trying to present as a virtuous person.
Oh no, that's not what I was saying. Redeeming herself has nothing to do with getting back in his pants.
Mhm.
I think that she knows that she really fucked up and she maybe sees a way to make it up to him. He made it clear the last time that she came around that he had a girlfriend and he was very happy and had no interest.
Oh yeah,
So she probably is not coming back and saying, please take me back.
No, her uncle's in trouble, and Wayne loves her uncle so much.
Right? That's
the old French guy.
I love that guy. Bringing him back would be
maybe
awesome.
there could be another road trip to Quebec where the Hicks need to help out. Oh, where would the Awesome go? Where the Hicks?
I love Quebec.
Yeah,
We lost an Awesome.
It's all right. We'll see if she pops back.
Okay.
Yeah. It's too bad because Awesome had an interesting theory behind a Nick and why she broke up with Derry back in the previous episodes that I thought was interesting. Maybe when she gets back, her theory was more like a Nick already knew that Marie Fred was stepping out and wasn't approving of it, and but didn't say anything. But it was kind of like the reason she was keeping her distance from Derry was because she was seeing this happen. Maybe.
Could be.
Yeah. I mean, there could be that maybe she's coming to tell on Dirks again because she's stepping out on Anik, and maybe it's got something to do with that. So, she's coming to Wayne again to tell him that now Dirks is cheating on her friend.
Yeah.
And maybe she's wanting him to, take Dirks out again.
I have a total conspiracy theory.
Uh-oh.
It just popped into my head, so, I haven't fleshed it all out. But what if the whole Anik and Dirks thing is it's just bullshit for PR, and Anik has confessed that to her friend, Marie Fred. And Marie Fred's like, that's really fucked up that you're joining with that douchebag after what he did. I'm going to go and, tell my friends that they could, or I hope will be my friends again if I don't know, something like that. It just, as you were talking, that kind of popped in. Oh, that actually kind of could potentially work.
Yeah, there's a lot, of places they could go. Awesome. Before you dropped out, I was just telling them about the theory you had about why a Nick broke up with Derry earlier. I really like that theory.
Yeah, I like it too. It wraps up a couple of facts, and it does explain a shift in Derry's behavior, because through series 6 he wasn't clingy and overbearing. We get no evidence.
Explain
of
your
that.
theory for people like me who do not know what you're talking about.
Very well.
Okay, so throughout series 6, while Anik and Derry are dating, we don't actually see him being clingy and overbearing at all until she's gone for like 2 episodes, and then we see him kind of panicking and trying to figure out what's going on. So my theory is that Anik knew that Marie Fred was stepping out on Wayne, and she tried to get Marie Fred to come clean, and she wouldn't, and that's when Anik started, withdrawing from.
Oh, damn it! I lost her again.
Damn it. Yeah.
Okay, well, that was a good theory. When she comes back,
I mean, wasn't Anik always being kind of like standoffish, shady, like
aloof?
I don't know. Yeah, aloof.
Aloof, but like, I don't know.
I'm sorry, I dropped out again.
You're all good.
Yeah, it happens.
Where did I leave off?
Saying that Anik was like, sorry, go ahead, Tara.
No.
I don't see it. I don't remember a moment, even like a solid moment, where Anik seemed into the relationship, except in the beginning with.
Well, when they were having crepes and pancakes and stuff, I mean, there were scenes where they were all 4 together, or 6 when you count Squirrely Dan and Katie.
Yeah,
they were fun, all fun and games. And then and Derry was surprisingly cool as a boyfriend. Who's punching well above his weight.
As the hockey boys say.
Yeah, he's surprisingly cool as somebody who's punching well above his weight.
Yeah, I love Daryl, but he is definitely, in a different weight class.
So the question maybe is when she starts with Bronco.
I don't think she's that hot.
You're to each their own, I guess. But anyway,
like she's pretty, but I wouldn't like her.
Yeah, I thought it was an interesting.
No. So she starts pulling back because she knows Marie Fred's doing the dirty, and she can't get her to fess up or break it off with Wayne. So she starts pulling back because she doesn't want to cause drama because she's not that kind of person.
Although now we see that she's not exactly the nicest person either. She's going to be.
No, if she's.
I definitely don't think she's not the night.
That really makes me suspect her taste in men, because between Jean-Claude and Dirk's, like. No, what was Derry? What was a momentary blip of good judgment?
Somebody she can control.
You're saying dating Derry is a lapse of judgment?
No, I'm saying Derry.
Is that what you're saying right now?
Maybe a Nick really.
I would date Daryl.
Maybe a Nick really likes.
I would date Daryl.
She really likes to smell a banana boat
and barn clothes.
No,
yeah,
but like Derry's genuinely a nice guy.
Yes,
and so. Like the difference between him and the other 2 romantic interests that we've seen for her is vast and unfathomable. So it just, when we compare Derry to Jean-Claude and Dirk's, there's just like, she seems to have a type and they seem to be douchebags. And Derry seems to be playing against type for her. That's what I'm saying.
It is interesting that she did want to make sure that he heard it from her that she had a new boyfriend.
Yeah, so it kind of lends back to the theory that maybe she's trying to make a point there to Marie Fred and to anyway. Great. I mean, we're talking season 6, and I know you wanted to talk season 10.
No. Well, because it all exactly.
Yeah,
it ties in.
Comes around. Yeah. It's cyclical.
There is never a mistake. They all you find it.
Yeah. If we're looking, I mean, it makes sense to look back to season 6 and 7 to get a glimpse into what potentially that whole reason for her showing up, as well as Anik showing up. So yeah, it's I think that the sooner they resolve Dirk's, I think it's got they have to have one big resolution at the beginning of this, unless they intend.
That'll be episode 1. We will see whatever fallout or consequences there may be.
Yeah,
we will see that in episode 1, and they'll just get right through it and move on to the next fucking thing.
Right.
I think it'll be structured quite like Series 9, Episode 1, where they have the immediate fallout, the first couple of minutes, and then they have, the rest of the episode to move on to something else.
Right. So season 8 ended how season 9 began, with that very beginning part where they're all running up. Katie doing the rap, of course.
Yep.
And
Can I just say, not the biggest fan of that intro.
really,
No.
Of her rapping?
Really not. Really not. Like, I feel like it's one of their weakest intros, like, out of all the fucking cold opens. I mean, like, I liked it, but as far as all the opens, I thought it was weak. I mean, I love wordplay. Obviously, you guys know that. I don't know. Didn't land hard enough for me.
I think this was awesome. You'll have to confirm or deny. This was like the first time that Katie was the focus of the open.
That's true.
It is true. Except for
Scored
she did
third?
have a limerick in the series opener for series 4, and she did have a couple of bits in the open for series 6 where they did the montage thing. Well, not a montage because people were speaking, but you know what I mean.
I love your brain.
It's a spanking montage, you know.
Fucking don't make fun of me. My signal's crap. I can't defend myself.
You're fine.
I love you.
But I'm interested to see how quickly they tie that, because it does seem like that's what they have been doing with how things have ended, whether it was the end of Rosie's going away and Tanis, you think Wayne's gone off to cheat with Tanis, but he hasn't. I mean, but like that very first episode of the next season, they wrap that up. They wrap up the Marie Fred thing. They wrap up the Dierks thing. So
Yeah, well, I mean, their seasons are too short unless you're gonna prolong that storyline for the entire season.
Right.
It's too short not to wrap it up first before moving on to whatever your main theme is for that season, right?
yeah, it could be interesting though. I mean, if this was the first time where they actually fed that thread further along in the season instead of just wrapping it up at the top.
It's kind of that change in tone in season 6, where they went from kind of the standalone episodes to the more kind of story-driven episodes, for sure.
Yeah.
And they did that for a whole season. So yeah, but now crossing over seasons, so having a story span over 2 or more seasons, that's something I don't think they've done yet. I mean, other than like their common kind of jokes and themes that they'll call back to, right?
Well, they've had storylines that kind of weave in and out and call back to previous episodes and so yeah, I would say that storylines do carry on. Some storylines do carry on. Like there's always a main theme in a season for just about everybody, unless they're strictly a side character.
Yeah, I mean, there's recurring themes for each of them on whether it's Katie not wearing clothes or
Right, jokes and stuff. For sure.
I'm kind
I
of
mean, if you want to look at it this way, you could say that Wayne's looking for love is the theme of the whole show.
yeah.
But that's a real macro view, and I don't think it would really hold up under scrutiny.
But I think let's look at it as they keep doing what they're doing. So season 10 should have some sort of
Resolution.
I mean the ending of it should have another cliffhanger. If
It always is, right?
I mean, it seems that it should be that way. So let's say that's the
I
case.
really want to see. I really want to see another Dan Harash episode.
Yeah.
Oh, I can confirm that will happen because he said that they would get more Dan on the episode you brought him.
Yeah, I mean, he hinted at it. I don't want to push the envelope, but yeah, like that's going to be great. Another freaking Jewish summer camp episode.
Please give me this. Give it to me. I need
That'll be
it.
good.
That's going to be the holiday season. It'll be like
Could be. Yeah. Be like Yom Kippur or
Hanukkah or
Rosh Hashanah.
yeah.
Rosh Hashanah would be a better guess than Yom Kippur.
That's
Agreed.
exactly,
Yeah.
and that adds
Well, God damn it.
adds to the holidays. She's gone again, lady. But
I mean, yeah.
but that also adds to the holidays. Now we have some more fucking. We could, dude.
You could come back recurringly. Yeah.
Imagine Riley or Jonesy gets bar mitzvah.
Come
on.
Riley and Jonesy go through a bris.
Yeah.
No. That was the first thing I heard when I came back.
And that's why I brought you in right when I said it.
That's a new holiday episode. Awesome. Awesome. That's going to be a new holiday episode. Riley and Jonesy get breed.
Oh, fuck.
Bristed. They get bristed.
Brist.
Bristed.
BRISST. Brist.
That's how I would say it, but that's never how I would spell it.
They got breed.
Be another.
No, I'm still pushing for Purim.
But all right. So let's, if there's going to be a cliffhanger in 10, will that be about Rosie? Or what?
That's what my money's on.
So I was really concerned when I saw Clark Bacco posting a rap shoot picture before the rest of the cast. Like, why is she finishing so much earlier than everyone else? What's going on there? Starting to read into, is she leaving the show? You know, I'm concerned about that, and I'm hoping that that's not the case. I'm hoping just the way they wrote it. Maybe she had other, commitments, and so they made sure that her scenes were all done first. But I'm hoping Rosie sticks around. I'm hoping that maybe the cliffhanger could be Wayne and Rosie, I don't know, committing to each other or something. Who knows?
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
Because here's the other thing that I've been thinking. So, Shoresy, which is going to be the new spinoff, we know that there's people attached to it. We know that Bill Buttery's involved with photography. We know that Jared and Jacob are, of course, involved. Do you think that they're going to be writing Shoresy out of Letterkenny?
Well,
No.
So did they make it clear? Is it Shoresy pre-Letterkenny, like a younger version of Shoresy? Because
They didn't say.
Yeah.
But
my guess would no, based on the press release from Bell, was that it specifically said that Shoresy moves to Northern Ontario
Right.
to join a AAA hockey team so that he never has to lose again. So I would think it's post the
Right.
loss of the
Okay. Yeah.
Eagles
Because
and post
AAA.
being stripped of the title.
Yeah, AAA is a level up. I couldn't remember whether it was like a junior A or what, but AAA would be beyond whale shit men's senior hockey in Letterkenny.
Because the other thing that it said was that Kiso was going to be acting, which made me think that he has to be doing Shoresy. So
Yeah, I just wasn't sure
And I
whether.
would think he's writing too, because I think I remember that from the presser as well.
yeah,
It'll be interesting the production window there, because also lining up with them, resuming the live shows. Like when, I'm wondering when that's all going to happen. If scripts are being written, and Buttery said that he was going to do something else and then come back to work on Shoresy. What does that mean in terms of like live Letterkenny live? So will they shoot Shoresy before they go on the road? Do they go on the road and then come back and shoot Shoresy? What does all that mean?
Well, by Canadian standards, they're going to have to do one and then the other. Like, especially because like we're still with the pandemic fucking leftover
closed
regulation shit. Yeah, they're going to film one and then do the other. Like you can only do one where it's stationed in one place and then the other one's going to be on the road, I guess.
Well, so from what I know, we can expect an announcement about the live shows somewhere in mid-July.
Mhm.
And my guess is that the plot, or at least the first series, if there's going to be more than one, I don't know about that. But I think that Shoresy's already been written, and they're just looking for a window to film.
Yeah,
I mean,
Shoresy is like
considering
his pandemic project.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Yeah.
considering we've all had a year and a half of nothing else to do,
I wish that
I'm
I'd been
willing
as
to bet you wrote
productive.
that shit real easy over the pandemic.
I didn't
Hell yeah, Tiara.
bake one loaf of fucking banana bread at all.
Neither did
Synchronicity.
I, dude. Like oh God, I had a mental breakdown. Yay.
I started. I started. Well, you did too. We both started a new podcast.
That's
True.
right.
So
True.
Actually,
But that
so
was
did
like
I. I mean,
therapy. That was
my
like therapy.
podcast-
That is like therapy.
my podcast is a pandemic project as well. So there you go. So I guess I wasn't as useless as I thought it was.
Definitely not.
It can seem that way sometimes when you're editing.
Man, it feels that way for sure.
So if season 10's cliffhanger is Rosie, is it that that you think there's going to be a
I
cliff?
love these ifs. I love these.
Well,
Speculation time.
Because it's just fun speculation.
Yeah, this whole episode is about conjecture.
Yeah. So do you think it'll be something along the lines of how it ended up with Wayne and Marie Fred, where he goes to propose to her, and they, then season 11 is where we get the answer.
Yeah, but I don't think they're the kind of writers that'll go to the same well twice.
Yeah, no.
That's what I was going to say. I think if they were going to do something like that, they won't go the same route because the show's not like that.
I'm wondering if that cliffhanger has nothing to do at all with Rosie, because they've already done the whole won't they break up, and they've already done the won't he propose. So maybe the cliffhanger is something else. Maybe it's a main cast member leaving, or I don't know, like what else could it be, right?
Yeah. Well, say that's another thing I was just thinking about is if somebody else was leaving, so I would see. I think Melanie Scrofano I would see as being probably the first one, just because of what she's got going on with Wynonna Earp.
She's kind of.
Can you imagine a storyline where the McMurrays break up?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking about.
That would be kind of interesting.
That's like the only long-term happy couple that we see
right
in that show.
That would be interesting.
That's kind of. I'm sorry, I just got depressed about that because they are kind of.
I was going to say I don't like this. I don't like this.
Right. For all of their awkwardness and I don't want to say non-pro-social behavior around other people. For all of that, they are a healthy relationship. They love each other very much. They trust each other. They have open communication. Yeah, exactly. Like they are a good relationship, and they very much love each other. I feel like that would make me actually almost like McMurray. Feel bad for him for sure.
Upset.
Yeah.
God damn it. She needs to get a better signal.
I know, right? It's that car Wi-Fi is not working for her.
She's in a car, so it's a
I think
Canadian phone services.
What might be another interesting storyline would be Squirrely Dan returning to being squirrely for some reason. Something happening with him where he's got this supposed squirrely past that's earned him this nickname. But up until now, he's been Virtuous Dan, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
So it'd be kind of interesting to see maybe a devolving of Squirrely Dan into something, some kind of depraved, I don't know.
Well, he relapses back to his schneef.
Yeah.
Oh, he's already doing that. Him and Derry have been, talk each other into it. But I'm wondering. So is Squirrely Dan and Ellen? They were together in the last season. Do we see that? Why is he so uncomfortable with her if he's supposedly got this squirrely past, got this name? Why is he so uncomfortable with her when she talks about sex?
Because Professor Tricia has taught him, how to be a respectable guy. I guess I don't know. Quote unquote.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I still try to figure out where Dan's fucking line is between his squirreliness and his love and respect for the woman's.
I definitely think the line has to do with whether he's on the schniff or not.
Yeah.
Oh. When he's Hoover and Schneef, he's a different gentleman.
Well, so we need to season the Squirrely Dan back on the Schneef. I think that would be a good season.
Well, because we've seen how he is when he's really, 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 really drunk. So if he's on the Schneef, he's probably not drastically different, maybe a little bit more coherent. But I'm sure he's going to be challenging lots of people to races if he's coked to the gills.
Maybe a little more fast acting, more twitchy and stuff.
Call me the wind, man. The wind. I'm the wind. Call me the wind.
Dean, if I ever meet you, we're gonna have to race, right?
Yeah, we'll do that. We're a mile race. Okay,
You
go first.
Me and you in the corner and back. Okay.
I mean, the only running I ever see Dean do is when they're checking his heart. So
Yeah.
Let's test. Oh, I've had that done. Yes. I thought I was going to die.
No
I'm like, well, at
jokes.
least there's doctors here. So when I pass out, they
I mean, that's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to make you pass out, right?
yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah.
What about some of the other characters and storylines? Like, see, we had the sleepover episode where everybody liked Bonnie McMurray. Do we really think that everybody liked Bonnie McMurray? And will Bonnie McMurray date any of them for real?
I mean, it's. I don't see why. I mean, because they've teased Derry Bonnie
Yes.
off and on.
That's literally what I was about to say. Like, I've seen that energy being built up on multiple occasions.
I said that, and people were like, "Ew, gross." They're like brother and sister.
That's the thing. That's for sure.
I think now she's getting, now she's gotten older. Her paint has dried a little bit. But that being said,
True.
Not enough for 52, but probably fine for 30.
I can give advice. I'm
Seven.
not, giving, well, so, she's a pretty girl, but, yeah, I'm not getting involved in that.
That's my line.
But
If you're in your 20s, that's just I am not a cougar.
Yeah, I mean, because
I'm so
If
far
you
from it.
wanted to.
I mean, her birthday's coming up, so she should be 23 here any moment.
It's still the
July
same age as your
17th.
kid.
Yeah.
She's still just about the same age as your kid. I can't do it. I can't.
Oh, I'm not asking you to do anything.
I know.
You're the one who keeps thinking
Because
about
you keep
it.
talking about it.
I'm not
Fucking
talking.
savages.
So for my money, I do see Derry and Bonnie getting together as an end game kind of a deal. She so clearly does not take Riley and Jonesy seriously at all. And I don't think she'd ever give Stuart the time of day. I don't really have a problem on paper with Katie and Derry, but I genuinely think that if they were going to try it on, that would have happened like when they were still in school together.
Well, there's
Like
a
that would have
time
happened way before the show.
in the first couple of seasons where I would have put money on Katie and Derry.
Yeah, especially after that first season when she was being all extra
Mean and
just
Go
mean
home,
and
Derry.
jerky towards fucking Derry. You go home.
yeah, it's like, oh,
You don't have any yogurt.
yeah, I was like, oh, those two are definitely getting together later, later season for sure. So, but yeah, you're right. Since then,
Look, she disagreed so much she left.
Awesome.
Hey,
Always.
Dean Tiara, can you give me a little outro? Because I unfortunately got to go do my own
Totally.
podcast.
No
which happens to
worries.
coincide at the same time.
So why don't you tell us where we can find you and everything and all that stuff?
Yeah, so as of right now, my show, Perfectly Misfit, is on YouTube and Facebook. You can also catch me on or catch our show on my Twitch. All of them are on Bet You I Did or Perfectly Misfit, like I said, on YouTube and Facebook. It's a show where me and one of my army bros catch up every week about our favorite podcasts, things we've watched on television throughout the week, random food, because we were like both huge like foodies, even though like I'm a Bronxite and he's like a redneck, but we're like huge in fucking food culture. So like the things we discuss aren't like that average. So we do that once a week every Thursday at 9:00 Eastern Standard Time. But yeah, come check us out.
Right on.
I really appreciate it.
Will do. So are your podcasts on any of the social medias that
Yeah, like I said, it's on Facebook and YouTube.
YouTube, okay.
And Twitch. On Facebook and YouTube, you can catch us at Perfectly Misfit. And yeah, all my socials is at Bet You I Did, like it says on the corner here. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Oh yeah.
It was great to see you, Renee.
And when
I really miss you guys. I love you guys so fucking much. Every time we get to hang out, it's fucking awesome.
And we'll be a little bit closer when we move to Portland.
Well, we can't fuck awesome without consent.
Well, but it is what it is. It's fucking awesome. So I'll just have to accept it because it is fucking awesome, and it's not our fault.
I love this family, and I love you, Renee, and thank you again. Thank you so much for joining. And
I actually have a brother out in an Army brother out in Washington who I have to go visit in the next 6 months or so. So see if maybe we can work that into one trip as well.
Oh yeah,
sure.
Depending on where in Washington, because we will be hopefully in Oregon by the end of next month. So,
okay.
But it's only a 3-hour drive
from Seattle. It's a 3-hour drive to get to where we're moving to. But if it's like Eastern Washington, it would be like 7 or 8 hours.
I think it's going to be like more northern Washington. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. Thanks again for having us on.
Oh yeah, right.
We'll see you next time when we have season to start talking
season
about.
Season 10 comes out.
I can't fucking wait. I really miss doing this on the regular. I really can't say it.
Seriously.
Can't say it enough.
Seriously. Yeah. I love you, brother.
Hey, guys.
Take care of yourself.
Bye.
So,
and then there were 3.
So, season 11, I mean, I know that's even more speculative of of anything that we'd be talking about. So, I kind of think there's got to be a wedding in there somewhere. At some point, we got to have another wedding. So,
what I thought would be interesting to see with Wayne and Rosie, personally, would be Wayne deciding that he needed to propose to take the relationship to the next step, and then both of them together deciding that, we don't actually need to put this on paper. We can just be who we are and keep going the way we're going because it works for both of us.
Yes, I agree with that. I actually was thinking, it would be really great if there was a wedding in season 11, but it was like Gail and Jim Dickens. Or somebody who's not one of the main couple. Mm-hmm. Like we expect it to be Wayne and Rosie the whole 2 seasons. And then it's like, we're going to elope at Modine's and so-and-so is ordained online and they just have a party and that's their holiday. I don't know. I think that would be fun.
Because I did mean to bring up Gail and Jim because
I want to see that keep going.
I do too. I love it. I feel like
will. I mean, there's a reason they introduced that relationship, and I think it's. I feel like they reward their side characters when they do good. I mean, they did it with Stuart. Stuart. I don't think that he was meant to be as a main character as he became.
Agreed.
And I think Gail and Dickens is especially Dickens. Gail, I think, was always a main kind of character, but Dickens not really until last season. And so yeah, I like that they made his reputation outside of Letterkenny basically the same as hers. Like there was once you hear his reputation and you figure out that they're fucking, you're like, oh, that makes so much sense. They are so that's so good. I ship it. I'm into it. Yeah.
It's like two sexual powerhouses coming together.
So because it was discussed but never finalized, who's bigger, Stuart or Jim?
Oh,
Jim.
It's got to be Jim. He's got
just because Stuart's like 5'7" and Jim is 6'9" or 6'10" or whatever the fuck ever. Proportions are real, people.
Nah, I have to be absolutely honest with you. The biggest dick that I have personally ever seen was on someone shorter than me.
Oh,